Okay.
You ready?
Yeah, about as comfortable as I'll be.
Enough?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Craighton Berman. I'm a designer, an illustrator, educator, a bunch of other stuff. I'm here in Chicago in our studio, which is a storefront on Bryn Mawr Avenue. I always want to try everything. Like I love design in the broadest sense. You know, I do illustration work. I have a product design venture. Teaching, things like that. Like anytime I get into play with ideas and creativity, like that's super passionate about that. But outside of that, like I've got a family, I've got 2 kids and a wife, and I'm passionate about family. My wife went to culinary school. Like we love cooking and eating, and we've been members of a CSA for like 10 or 15 years. Farmers markets, obviously planning our own now. Like I worked in the design world a long time and worked with a lot of like mass market food related things, and it never sat well with me what they were doing and how design was used to do it. And so I would complain over beers with people, but like ultimately that's not really doing anything about it. That's just complaining. So for me, when I launched Manual, my housewares brand, the reason I started it is because I wanted to explore products for slow food, basically. It was a chance to do everything from like the brand, developing what the brand was about, to the marketing, to the product development, to how we sell stuff, to the packaging, the objects themselves. I'd be lying if we didn't talk about like there are financial risks that come with independence, especially when you've got a family of 4. So it's like, and when you're independent, it's expensive. So it's just like things like that they can weigh you down if you get too bummed out about them, but sometimes you just have to accept that that's the risk, or that's the toll that there is, and the trade-off is, if I want to go home early and hang out or take a week off and do something else, like I can, and I can bring my son to work or whatever. Like it's like those trade-offs are worth it. It'd be weird if I ran a company that was all about like food and togetherness that comes through food if I just didn't come home for dinner and was like eating fast food. So like I'm home every day like at 5 o'clock, like, or a little somewhere in there, because I'm not great at time. But I think passion often can be linked to like workaholism. There's like 1,000 different coffee mugs and posters out there that talk about hustle, and like I believe in working hard, but I also think like you flatten out as a person if all you do is work. And I don't know, sometimes it's just more important to be human and let that inform your work, and maybe your work isn't quote unquote perfect, but it's very human. I mean, obviously it's hugely important to me to balance out passions and life. That's why my studio is 2 blocks from home. That's why Emily's involved with the company. That's why my son comes and hangs out here after school and draws, and my dog's here. Like it's important for me to I think the only way I can make it work is if they're mushed together. I want to be a good husband. I want to be a good dad. That's first and foremost. But obviously I want this to keep growing, and I don't want to be anything other than me. I just want to be me doing projects, keep feeling inspired and keep making work, and like I said, trying new things that I suck at and maybe getting better at them, or maybe not, but I don't know. I think I just want to keep being a human. I hope it was good. I feel like sometimes I get really into like the nitty-gritty of how things happen and not...
No, I love that.
I know. Well, good. I feel like you guys like get it. Like that's where I'm always at. Like, yeah, it's like philosophy or like the nitty-gritty. Like those are the things I want to know from people, because you hear all the middle stuff, or you see it.
Yeah,
you know.
you can like kind of...
Yeah.